Philosophy and magic, types of magic. That's what this video is called. So I'm gonna describe to you two types of magic, which I believe sum up pretty much all types of magic. And like I explained in the first video of the series, is that magic to me is to consciously shape yourself, your life. So how to do that? With magic, of course. So there are two types of magic. Black magic and white magic. But not like how I'm gonna, let's say, these definitions I realized. I feel like they came to me, you know, like they are not mine. And I believe there's a lot of power in them when you use them well with consciousness, you know. So it's not like most definitions or all definitions of white and black magic I read before, I heard about, you know. So I put it as simply and shortly as I can, and I hope I don't fuck it up like the last time. Okay, here we go. Black magic is feeding the separations and dualities, whereas white magic is feeding the unification and connections between those separations and dualities. And this might sound really technical, but I can give you a practical example which might clarify these definitions. Like I witnessed black magic in action in the south of Spain, where I lived, in Granada, a city called Granada, which is full of like street artists and creative people, crazy people, you know. And there was a group of people drumming, but they were drumming like crazy, you know, really out there. And my mind, you know, I was telling me, like, I was thinking, this is amazing, you know, and I started to follow them. But then at one point I realized, like, what am I doing? You know, I was in a kind of trance state. I wasn't really listening to myself, you know. So then I started to observe, what are these guys doing? You know, what's the effect on the environment? On what's the effect of what they're doing? And I realized that people around them didn't like it, and they were like walking away from them and ignoring them. And the more the people were walking away from them, the more they seemed to drum louder and even more crazy, you know. Like they subconsciously are feeding the separations between the people in this case, you know. Like subconsciously, maybe even consciously, I don't know, you know, but I'm just speculating here actually, to be honest. But maybe subconsciously what they were doing was feeding the separations and dualities, like black magic. And what I love about these definitions is that there's no judgment inside, you know. It's just these definitions are purely objective, and it's up to the individual to say, okay, I'm gonna use this in this way or that way, you know. And there's no good or bad. It's just how you choose to see it, you know, how you choose to use it. So I snapped out of this kind of trance, you know. I was dancing. I was like, my mind was like this crazy, you know, because I really love drumming, and technically it was also quite good, you know, and really out of the box. So I was like, but this was just my mind. And then I started to feel my body, you know. And then I like got my clarity back. So therefore I could see and that it was black magic, and act accordingly, you know, be conscious of myself. And also, like, I don't like to use terms like the devil and God, but you know, it can help. I don't know, so sometimes I like it actually. When the devil is doing his work, the first thing that happens is that you get confused. Because in a state of confusion, you're really vulnerable to a lot of things, you know, maybe even everything. And I don't mean a devil like, you know, like a force outside of yourself. I mean, we all have devils, gods, angels, demons, whatever you want to call it, inside. This is my view, you know. And in this case of these people drumming in the streets, like, I was confused. So I was listening to my inner devil, and I lost part of my clarity, you know, in order to go with them, you know. I needed my brain to think this is great, you know, because when I started to listen to my feeling again and not ignore this part, I realized this is actually, I don't really like this so much, you know, and it's black magic, like I just explained. So yeah, that was it basically. And I would love to make another video about white magic and give you some examples of that, because that's where where it gets really interesting for me, you know. Because for me, like how I subjectively interpret these definitions is, I think here we go again. I think white magic is positive and black magic is negative. But that's just me, you know. Let's say I prefer to strive to do white magic, to be conscious and to feed the unification and connections between separations and dualities. This to me feels good, you know, when I do this. And when I see people getting together, like, it doesn't matter how different they are, the more different they are, the better, you know, the more I enjoy, the more I feel good and happy and healthy. So thanks for watching. And I'm still not used to watching to look in the camera here. I look at myself, which is not there. So I'm new to this whole vlogging thing, but I like it a lot, and I'm gonna continue. I feel it's good to do, to express these things and to find more people to act upon it, not just talk about it, not just, let's say, not just think about it, get it out there, you know, move it. So again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.